Hey y'all, I got some big boy and big girl problems right here that someone sent me. We're going to be calculating the micrograms per kilogram per minute, finding the milliliters per hour, but we're also going to have to take the milliliters an hour and calculate the micrograms per kilogram per minute. So look, pause it, get you a little beverage or something, and let's do this. And don't vomit on yourself. It's going to be okay. All right, so the order is for that medicine right there. We're not here to say words, we're here to do math. 0.5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Continuous infusion for congestive heart failure. We have the supply of that word right there, 20 milligrams per 100 milliliters of D5W. The patient weighs 180 pounds, and you got to calculate the milliliters per hour. Nowhere on this does it tell you how they want you to round, if they want you to do it to the hundredths or the tenths. Hopefully, your instructor has made her requirements on rounding known. If not, if ain't nobody told me nothing, this is what I do. First, I'm going to calculate the weight and get it in kilograms. 180 divided by 2.2. You always divide. And it's 81. You see that? 81.818. Because she has not told me anything, I'm going to keep it at the tenths. So even if that 8 made that a 2, it ain't going to do nothing to the 8. So it's 81.8 kilograms what Mr. Man weighs. Okay? Now this up here tells us that the doctor wants them to get 0.5 micrograms for every 1 kilogram. And look how many of them we got. So we got to multiply his weight times that. We're going to multiply that times 0.5 micrograms. Okay? Hang in here with me. 81.8 times 0.5 equals. You see that? 40.9. 40.9 micrograms per, what is that? It's per minute. So look, you see how I'm writing that? So I can just understand where I'm at. But we have to calculate milliliters per hour. And so I'm going to multiply this to find out how many micrograms are in an hour. So I'm multiplying it times 60. You see how I multiplied that and I'm multiplying this? I'm going to make a point here in just a bit. So 40 times 9 times 60 equals 2454. 2454, and that is micrograms per hour. But what I have in my hand is milligrams. So I've got to convert these micrograms to milligrams. You remember we got kilograms, we got grams, milligrams, and micrograms. If I'm going from micrograms to milligrams, I'm moving it that away to the left. I have to know 3 places. I'd write that at the top of my page. So on this number right here, look, I'm going to put it over here, 2454. The decimal, this is micrograms, is understood to be at the back of it. So I'm going to grab that sucker, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put it there. And that 5 will make that 4 a 5. So I would round that to 2.5 milligrams per hour. Okay? And look, that's the dose ordered. Seemed like we done walked 4711 miles, but we're at the dose ordered. So what the man wants him to get is actually 2.5 milligrams an hour. With the supply I have in my hand, what matches milligrams? Because it got to have the same last name to go in the fraction. 20, you see it? 20, zoom in if you can't see it, per 100 mLs. And then we're doing the math. This fraction says this divided by that. And then we're going to multiply it by that. And it's going to tell us the milliliters per hour. So here we go. Come on, let's do it together. 2.5 divided by 20 equals, don't look, you're not done, times 100. You see what that is? Equals 12.5 milliliters per hour. Now, she didn't say in here nothing. So I'm rounding it to a whole number, 13 milliliters per hour. That would be the answer. And look, if you're doing these, you nipple deep in nursing school, and hopefully you've developed some suck it up by now. And you got to make peace with it. You have to make peace that it's going to take this whole freaking page to do this math. Okay, but look, you see how we multiplied right there and we multiplied right there? All right. Let me show you this. Well, she didn't send me the answers, and so, you know, I just worked it. This one says Nipride. 50 milligrams and 250 milliliters is infusing at 22 milliliters an hour. And Homer weighs 160 pounds. How many micrograms per kilogram per minute is the patient receiving? Okay, I don't want you to read this and just feel like you got to quit nursing school. You can do this. No matter what, I want you to know the first thing you got to do is convert the weight. If you don't know what's going on, the first thing you have to do is to convert the weight. And you're going to divide, because a fat girl wants to hear her weight in kilograms. I can say that because I am a healthy woman myself. And it's going to be 72.727. That 7 will make that a 3. And she didn't give me no other kind of instructions. So I'm going to leave it at 72.7 kilograms. And I'm moving on with my life. All right. Now, we got that, but we don't need it right now. We got Nipride going at 22 milliliters an hour, and a bag of 50 milligrams per 250 milliliters hanging. The 22 milliliters an hour, who wanted that? I didn't. The doctor did. So we're going to use that as the dose ordered. And you can use milliliters as your dose ordered if that's all they give you. But the rule, the law, whatever comes in this has to have the same last name. Only thing I got is 250 milliliters. And how does that come? With 50 milligrams in it. Okay? And here we go. We're finding out. Okay, we'll just do it. This divided by that times that. 22 divided by 250. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Times 50. He is getting 4.4 what? Whatever you tacked on right there. Milligrams per hour. Okay? And let me show you something. So we got 4.4 milligrams per hour. But they want this answer in micrograms per kilogram per minute. So if you will just make it a rule to start with this, I got milligrams, they want micrograms, so I'm going to convert it. And you got kg, mg, mcg. If I'm going from milligrams to micrograms, I'm going that way to the right, and I'm moving it 3 places. 0.4, I go 1, 2, 3. So that's 4,400 micrograms per hour. But they want it in minutes. So we're going to divide 4,400 by 60 minutes to find out what it's getting per minute. You see how we're working it backwards from the first one. But if you'll just take it a bite at a time and go from left to right on this. You did the micrograms, they want it per minute. We got to find out what that is. So 4,400 divided by 60 equals, let me do it again. 4,400 divided by 60. Yeah. 73.3333 micrograms per minute. You see that? I hope you see it. Lord, let them see it. And I debate on whether to leave it at 0.3 or round it. I'm just going to leave it because I'm grown and I can. So I'm going to do 73.3 because we got to find out how much he's getting per kilogram. So I got to divide 73.3 by 72.7. Divided by 72.7 equals. You see that? None of that is going to even come close to touching the zero right behind it. And so that would equal 1 microgram per minute. Okay. Wipe your mouth. Pray about that. I'm coming back. I'm going to do 2 more like it. I just want you to kind of marinate. It's going to be all right. Y'all have a good evening.